Hi, welcome to question 7 of the Junior Cert Higher Level 2024 Maths paper. So question 7 is kind of area volume, but a bit of algebra thrown in. So we'll read through. It says here for part A that two rectangular solids, a cube A, now cube means something special, and a cuboid B are shown in the diagram below, in brackets not to scale. The edges of cube A have length x, where x is an element of R, and that just means it can be any number, so don't worry about it. Okay. Cuboid B has dimensions 5, 6, and y, so we don't know. Now, because it's a cube, and they illustrate that, all the sides are equal. Now, it says the volume of A is 216 centimeters cubed. Okay, find the value of x. Now, the volume of a cuboid is length by width by height. But in a cube, the length and width and height are the same thing. So that's in essence the same thing as L to the power of 3. Now if I have space, L to the power of 3 is equal to the volume, which is equal to 216. So you can make that link. I probably should have put it somewhere over here, like volume is equal to 216. We're told that. If volume and volume are equal, well then these two things must be equal. And that happens a lot in maths. Now, once we have L cubed equals 216, one way to get rid of the cube is to cube root it. Okay, they will cancel each other out. If I cube root one side, I have to cube root everything on the far side, which is the 216. Then we end up at L is equal to, now I have the answer to that before, it's 6, isn't it? Yeah, the answer is 6. Okay, just put that through the calculator. The cube root function, actually I probably should show that on the calculator. For on this calculator, it's not on the function here, it's on the second function, and I didn't press that. Shift, yeah, and 216 is equal to 6. Okay, so part B, part 1, again, it's the same statement up top here. Okay, so I'm not going to read through that again. B part 1 says, show that the surface area of B is equal to 22y plus 60 centimeters squared. So we know that the area of something is equal to length by width. Now we're focused here on B, okay, and we're looking at all of B. So there's two sides here, the same, and they'll be 2 times 5 by 6. And then we have top and bottom. Okay, so the top is 6 by y, so there's two of them, 6 times y. And then the front faces and the back face would be 5 by y. So there's two of them, 5 times y. Now we can do some manipulation there. 5 times 6 is 30, so 2 times 30 is 60. Plus, now that's going to be 6y. Okay, actually, I probably should just rewrite it. Plus twice. 5 by y can be illustrated as 5y. So just go left, right again. So 60 plus 2 times 6 is 12y. 2 times 5 is 10y. Okay. Then add those y's together, I get 60 plus 22y. Now that's similar to what we had up top. It's just, like, I mean, could equally be stated as 22y plus 60. No signs are changing because we're not going across an equal, so it's just rearranging the order of how they're expressed. So that's 7b part 1, okay, and then 7b part 2 says the surface area of B is equal to 269. So surface area is equal to 269. We also know the surface area is equal to 22y plus 60. Now we already had this, but the surface area is the same, okay. If they're the same, sure, then they're also the same. And that's why I can end up with the statement 269 is equal to 22y plus 60. I'm going to use the notes for simplicity. Okay, so that's where we left off. Now to get rid of the 60, I'm going to take 60 away from both sides. And the reason I do that is 60 take away 60 is 0, so it's removed. And it's in a sense appears on the far side. So I've done it here, calculation 269 take away 60 is 209. Is equal to 22y. Now I want y on its own, so the easiest way to get rid of the 22 is to divide it by 22. If I do it to one side, I have to do it to everything on the far side. and the 22 and the 22 divide to give 1. On the far side, 209 divided by 22 isn't a whole number, it's 19 over 2, which is the same thing as 9.5. Okay, make sure to put the units in. This is a length, so it's centimeters. Now part C reads the area of 3 faces of a different cuboid, so that might be important, are shown on the diagram below. It's not to scale. The dimensions of this cuboid are L, M by P, where L, M, and P are all whole numbers. Okay, so they can be 2, 3, 4. They won't be 4.5, whatever. It says work out the volume of the cuboid, correct of the cuboid, give your answer in centimeters cubed. Okay, so first thing I'll do is, well, the volume of a cube is length by height by width, or depth, if you want to call it that. Okay, so in this case, it's L times M times P. Now, if we don't know what L, M, and P are, but we do know the areas of them. So let's see the first face here, the 96 is equal to L times M. Now on this side here, we have 32 is equal to P times L, P times L. On the top there, the 48 is equal to, what's that, M times P. Now that's definitely going to get you an attempt, because it's a correct step towards the answer. Now, because they're whole numbers, like we can almost use trial and error. What 2 whole numbers would multiply to give 96? Like it can't be 1 times 2. 1 times 2 is like 2, so it's not that. Okay, so my calculator should be here. Let me expand it out a little bit. If I can. Okay, can't. Now 96 divided by 8. Okay, I'm going to try, let's see, 8 times 12. I've heard 8 times 12. Okay, so if that's true, well then, is there something times 8? Because I'm thinking that L is 8. Okay, something times 8, is that equal to 32? Well, 4. 32 is equal to 4 times 8. So BP is equal to 4. So I'm going to write that up here for myself. Okay, I'm thinking L is 8. Okay, now if I know that P is 4, 4 times, actually, is that going to be 8? Okay, I just realized I said M is 12. So 4 times 12 is 48. So it seems like I have L is 8, M is 12, and then P is 4. Okay, so then my answer then would be, what was it, 8 times 12 times 4. No, I probably shouldn't be able to do that in my head, but would use a calculator. Okay, 8 times 12 times 4, so 384, and that's centimeters cubed. Now, I appreciate my work is messy. This is kind of a messy answer. So I've done it out here on the notes, whatever. So just the 3 statements here will get you like good marks, just stating even what it is. You've shown you've gotten that the area of each face is equal to like the dimensions of it. And then it's just the trial and error. Now there could be other strategies there, but the trial and error, because it's whole numbers, you're told, you can go down that route. Okay. Then we get the answer, put the units in, and that's the end of question 7. So as always, if you want to copy the notes I'm working off, just send me an email at shanetroy@gmail.com. Like and subscribe to get access to more playlists. See you on question 8.